Yo, what it dooski, Teddy Brewski, what's the deal, Shaquille O'Neal, what's the word, Larry Bird? It's your boy Reactions, man. Remo's Reactions TV, we back with another one. Before I get this video started, first and foremost, I want to, give the Most High the proper thanks for making it through another day. And hopefully you guys do the same thing as well. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, we're trying to, get the 5K, 10K, then we're going to spike it up to 25K, man. So, come on, man. Join the family and enjoy this content. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the backyard today. It's the first halfway decent day. So I told the job they can kiss my ass. I'm out of here. Can you hear me? I got to relax. But nah, yeah, so with no further ado, man, the stage is set. This is part 2 to the... Nipsey's childhood stories with Daylight. So if you're new to the channel, man, go over there and support D-Berry. You feel me, for the content. And let's see what's going on, man. Everything I do is for entertainment and educational purposes. I do not own the content, and I do not, own the rights to this, I don't own shit. But that's my disclaimer. So let's get to it, man. This is part 2, man. Let's see what they like talking about now.
That nigga said I left school that day and got caught by the police. Look, we was little niggas, 6, 17, 8, 9, 10, itching and all type of shit. Damn, Chris, get your ass back in the class. All right, so I start really, because I was a deep thinker. So when I was younger, I was a super deep thinker. Anybody would tell you, like, I was always thinking wild. So I start to really think, like, yo, who the fuck is Airman? It's like, why he don't never got problems with nobody? Like, how the fuck he could just hang with everybody? I start thinking like this. So I start asking people around the school. I'm like, hey, man, hey, Nip from PJs? They was like, nope. I was like, Nip from Grape? They was like, nope. Nip from Hunters? Nope. Nip from HUSSLE? Nope. How the fuck he go to Markham then? Where? Look, growing up, we didn't know. Like, I used to ask these questions. How the fuck is he even here? Right?
That's crazy, because you know how when you go to school, man, you either from certain schools in certain sections, and if you ain't from there, how are you going there? You can either use somebody else's address, like a family member, to go to a certain school, whatever, but they like, man, they ain't know where bro came from, man. Rest in peace, Nip.
My mind wasn't fully old enough to understand. So, right, now that I'm older, as an older man, and I'm starting to process life on a grand scale, right? Watts is a sacred place. It is extremely sacred, and a lot of people don't know this. They're not familiar with Nova Blind. They're not.
Yo, listen to this real quick. This is facts.
Familiar with none of this. Watts in general is a sacred place, and a lot of people don't know this. There is many gods and all. It's sacred land. A lot of people do not know this. It is sacred land. There's a lot when you do the history on Watts. There is a lot. Bro, listen to me, Bink. It is a sacred land. Now, when you tie into what Watts is, why it's even called Watts, when you tie into what Watts is, and then you go, oh shit, this nigga grew up in Watts. This nigga was raised by Watts niggas. This nigga functioned with the Watts niggas. Then you start to think about it. Then I start to go, okay, yo, what the fuck is his name? His name is Airman. Okay, damn. He was sent by God. His name literally means sent by. It's a nigga from a whole nother part of the world. Landed in Watts. He didn't look, my nigga, dear 6-0s. Let's go to the whole 6-0 car. I fuck with a lot of niggas from 6-0. I got a lot of friends from 6-0. Nip was raised by Watts niggas. I don't care how you feel. Nip was raised by Watts niggas in Watts. I never looked at it from that perspective, but as I got older, I said, oh, okay. his heart is amongst these niggas. There's something special about Watts, and he knew that, and there was a reason why he was sent there. Now, I started to think about this on a grand scale. I go, yo, one of Nip's biggest goals, and this is outside of music, his goal was to unite these projects, man.
Yo, this is a great point, y'all. Like, this is a great point. And it goes to show you later on in life, before he ultimately, passed, man, that he had a bigger vision and things like that, man. It was undeniable, bro. I mean, the man built the goddamn computer from scratch, bro. And the shit worked. Crazy. Hit that like button. Subscribe, too. Subscribe, y'all.
And this is a common goal that we have already had since we was children, and we've talked about this shit since we was children. The objective was to unite these projects, bro. The objective was literally to unite these projects, because if we can unite these people of Watts, I'm going to tell you something. Watts is like an infinity gauntlet. I want y'all to know this. It's like an infinity gauntlet, and each project is a stone. Right? Watts, just look at Watts as a whole infinity gauntlet, and each project is a stone. If we could put all of these stones in one glove, something is going to happen tremendously to the world. Towards the end of Nip's career, I remember I spoke to Nip. This was maybe like a couple of years ago. I literally said, and this was before everybody jumped on the bandwagon, I said, I get it, bro. I don't even want you. You can find the tweet. It might still be on the Instagram. It might still be on the Twitter. I said, I get it, bro. I don't even want you to follow me. I don't want you to reply to me. I don't want nothing. I know what you're doing, and you know what I'm doing. Let's finish the mission. The tweet should still be on his account or my account. Let's finish the mission, and we'll fucking take a toast when we got this shit right. For right now, we in the battlefield.
Man, my fault. Somebody threw a motherfucking old ass gold wig back in my back. What the fuck was that? My bad, y'all. Hit that subscribe for me, man.
Right? So towards the end of Nip's life, he made a power play, and this is a power play that a lot of people really didn't fully see. Thank you. He made a power play, and this was the epic try. I don't give a fuck about the album. I don't care about the clothing store. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about that. He made an epic play. And the epic play was he went to the Nickersons and signed Killer Twan and started the Nickerson movement. Not just the Nickerson way, but he went to the Nickerson and really stamped his feet in them projects.
Shit.
Right after that, he came to our side and stamped his feet in the projects and walked up 103rd, got on the metro and all type of shit with our side. If you look at Nip's last couple of moments right before he got killed, he got a picture in the Nixon Gardens with all the Bloods, and then he got a picture in the Jordan Downs with all the greats right in front of the bridge. This was the epic step. The epic step was to unite this shit and bring this shit together. That was the epic step, to unite this shit and bring this shit together. If I could sign Killer Twan them and get them all in the mix, then I already know I got the great peoples in the mix. Then eventually I could start getting both parties in the studios together. Once I can get both parties in the studios together, then we can start doing tours. Then we can start putting the positivity in the music. Then before you know it, the music will change the perception of the kids, and then we can have something powerful.
That's a great point. That is a great point. He was saying, like, he was thinking outside the box, bro. Like, if he can get motherfuckers that don't get along to get along and realize, yo, we ain't really different in a lot of ways, man. It's just that you're from a different side. But that don't mean the person, like, grown-ups can understand that shit. Young boys ain't trying to hear that shit at all. You feel me? It is his facts. I have no reason to cap. But yeah, man, it's just like, damn, every time we get, a good brother that's trying to, yeah, he was in the gang. Yeah, he did a lot of a lot of wrong, excuse me, but it's just crazy how, like, it's just a revolving cycle with this, with just, you look at the legendary hip hop artists, and it's beyond hip hop. We talking about humanitarians and just motherfuckers that actually want to give back to neighborhoods. I know when I get my first bag, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing something monumental. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's just like trying to restore, like, and make sure that people understand the overall play that they putting on us, and how we just in a fucking game, like, where it's just self-genocide. And as soon as someone comes and leads by example, yeah, he was a gang member, he did this, that, and the third, but what about, the other part of him? You know what I'm saying? What about, the smart side as a child, the intelligent side, the wherewithal to see the future and see, like, yo, I seen some shit where, and I ain't gonna talk y'all head off, but I seen some shit where he met this, he was in he was in like he was getting his little, a smoothie, you know what I mean? And getting it, but he was in like wherever he got his drinks at, he ran into this little brother. The brother was in there on the computer, and he asked him, like, just went out the blue and just asking, like, yo, what do you do? Come to find out, dude is like he creates like all kinds of, a web designer. He's able to do, like, everything. But that's how, I forget the brother name, and pardon me for this, but that's how, Homeboy was the first one, like, to help Nip create the smart store. The Marathon was a smart store where you scan, at the bottom you got like the merch right here to tell if it's official or not. Like, you can scan it, and then it will come up on your phone with the shirt real, and then you get access to Nip music, like, free, you know what I mean, whatever, like, it was all kinds of shit. But he changed the dynamics as soon as this shit happened with him getting murked and killed. Everybody stole the idea. Now there's smart stores all over the motherfucking planet. But they came up with that. Oh boy, I'm gonna look cuz up. Hit that subscribe.
This was the plan. And now that I'm an older person and I see it, this has been his plan since he was sent to watch. This has been the plan. The plan was to unify these projects, bro. The plan is to unify this world. The plan is to unify these people, because I'm going to break something down to y'all. The children of Watts is a special breed, and I'm going to go into something else. Bink. If Bink and Chris and Richard, Battlestar, Bink, Chris, Rich, all my fams that's in there, I'm going to break something down to y'all that y'all may not have known. So when we was younger, I broke this down on my gram the other day. What?
Make sure I support Daylight too, man. I'm the only one doing this kind of content too. Like, you know what I mean? I'll be all over the place with it. I just go what's on my mind. You heard me?
All right, so I want to break something down to y'all. All the people that have died from grape, a lot of people don't understand, and we as gang members, we just look at these niggas as homies and they was powerful people, but we don't understand why they ran the hood, how they ran the hood. When we look at people like Beezy and Tweeter and Kodak and Gio, we not understanding what they were and why they ran the hood the way they ran the hood. This is modern day God sitting on a throne. When you think about the effect that Beezy had over the projects, it's not because he was a super gang member, bro. The gang member is the matrix over what's really happening. It's not that. It's not that.
The gang member is the matrix over what it really is. Yeah. Yeah. Charleston White. Yeah. You know, and they're it's like being Anunnaki, but you're in the gang. So you take that, these different supreme powers, influence, physically, mentally, spiritually, and but you apply it in the gang banging world. You know what I'm talking about? I don't gang bang. Never. You know. I got a lot of friends and that get down and whatever. But I'm a leader. I'm not a follower, man. And they be like, yo, Green, man, like, yo, your characteristics, man, you a blood, bruh. You a blood. I'm like, nah, I ain't no blood. He like, nah, like how you get down and everything and just, you a blood. I'm just like, I don't know. But, to each his own, man. I don't knock it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yo, those, and I know a lot of people that I looked up to when I was a kid that I felt like, yo, they was just, I wouldn't say gods, but I felt like they had a different form of energy that everybody's is not matched with. And that's how I feel about myself as well. That's why I don't get along with niggas.
I want you to go into genetics, bro. We got to start going into the genetics. You got to start going into the genetics of Dale. You got to start going into the genetics of the Hesters. You got to start going into the genetics of Beezy and Tweeter. You got to start going into their whole family tree. Ricky and all. You got to go into the genetics of Kodak, how good he was at basketball. You got to go into the genetics of these people. So there's one thing about Tweeter and Beezy that everybody knew them for. It was the shape of their head.
Pause. But yeah.
When we was younger, we used to say they had hook heads and bullet heads.
Not knowing what that really mean. Not knowing ranking on niggas. You feel me? Yo, he got a long ass head. Pause. Yo, his head like this. Shit way out here. I got a cuff in the back of my jaw. I ain't gonna hold you. If I cut my hair up, like I got the little, my shit ain't like, you know what I mean? But it go like this and it got a little joint. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Used to talk about them and say they had hook heads and bullet heads. But we was trained to clown that shit, not knowing what it was.
Facts.
Oh God. That is a sign of a god, bro. That form of cranium is a sign of a god, my nigga. That form of cranium is a sign. It's a sign, bro. So when you really start thinking about the effect that these people had over the whole hood, it's because who they really were genetically. Man, I haven't talked to Keefe in a week or two. It's who they were genetically, bro. A lot of people not really understanding what this shit was. Nip was here to wake up these lost gods, bro. His mission was to wake up the gods, bro. I can't even fathom how many crazy ass niggas and niggasons that's fucking superhumans and all type of shit. Look, there is people in these projects that are superhumans, bro. There are people in these projects that have forgotten who they were or what they are. There's people in these projects that have forgotten who they are and what they are and what they are supposed to do. We are so far away from our mission, and his objective was to make sure we remembered who the fuck we were and what we are and what we are supposed to do. Bink, when you think about the people that have died, let's line them up. Easy. Tweeter, K-Log had a different type of power. When you think about K-Log as an individual, he had a different type of power. I said this my last live. He was a bully, but he had a different type of energy that came with K-Log. It was different. It was a different type of energy that came with K-Log. When you think about Tweeter, as crazy as he was one of the nicest people you could ever meet when he wasn't wildin'. When you think about BZ, you think about all these people in general. Think about who they was when they wasn't what they was. My nigga, these niggas was gods, bro. When you think about Kodak, on God, Kodak could have made it. He was nice. He went to manual arts. He checked out of the hood. His genetics could have spread somewhere else. He could have made it. I want you to think about something else. Think about Cartel. On God, how he just get cancer, my nigga? Cartel 6'7". On God, he had the head too. Binky, I want you to think about this, big dog. Everybody who had that head, they gone. Think about it, Bink. On God, Nip got the same head. Nip got one of them heads. Nip got one of them long heads. On God, he do. Y'all not understanding. On God, I got the peanut. My mama got a peanut. We not understanding what's happening, God. Listen to me, my nigga. When I say Kodak, I'm not talking about Kodak Black. We got a homie from our hood named Kodak. On God, people got the heads, and a lot of niggas in the Nixons got the heads too. Tupac had the head too. Look, it's something special about this head.
Paul.
Look, breaking this shit down from this perspective, bro had a mission, my nigga. And his mission is most definitely gonna be continue, and I'ma make sure it's continued. Nah, I don't.
So that's a fact. That's a fact. That's why I'm doing this motherfucking video now. You feel me? Like it's a marathon, man. It's not a race, man. And you know what I mean? This is why I wanna, bring bro back to the light again. You feel me? And just show people another side, or just get different. You know what I mean? This ain't I ain't done. I'm just getting started, bro. I only got 180 videos. Excuse me. You know, that was very disrespectful. I gotta relax. But yeah, man. I'm just finding my way, but I finally, you know what I mean? Like, I use all this as motivation because I know I got, we all got things that we can do better. You know what I'm saying? We all got, our higher self and lower self, and understanding that, okay, when you got, semi knowledge of self, then like, all right, man, this ain't what I normally be doing. Like, you know what I mean? And even though, people can hide shit well, but it's like, my thing is, bro, like, what's the use of fucking complaining? If you ain't trying to change what you got going on, like, you know me, I might, like, shit, I got 2,000 subs, bro, but do you think I'm stopping? Because I know, one day I'm going to be in that bracket, but you got to put the work in, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's just like, you can't expect results if you're not doing the groundwork to create the results. You feel me? People ain't just gonna like you just cause. You gotta fucking, you know what I mean, make these people understand where you coming from. Some you gonna relate with, some you not. You feel me? And that's just what it is, man. I didn't come here to rap y'all head off, but I'm just truly inspired. Rest in peace, Nip Ermias Askadam. You know what I mean? And much love to the family. Black Sam, the whole all money in. Minus Cowboy, he's not all money in. Let's get that understood. That bitch ass nigga was in my comments talking about where you at, Mark. Because he got mad. Because I told him he was selling fake Puma gear. And he came up after Nip died. And you selling fake pictures. You doing all this shit. And all of a sudden you can storefront shops and all that. Where was all that hustle when bro was here, bro? So, you know, I don't know. But anyhow, man, like, that's the end of this joint, man. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe. You know, share this joint for me, man. And we out, man. You know, it's nice outside. Enjoy the day, y'all. Remo's Reactions, motherfucking TV. I am the greatest to ever do.